In this section, we will discuss simplifying the fractions. We have the given fractions and now we have to convert them into mixed fractions and simplify it a bit more. Like, for example, we have 8/12. We can simplify it a bit more like this. And you can easily cancel out the numerator terms and denominator terms, and we get the more simplified form of the fraction. Let's say we will take another example, 15/45. We'll again simplify it by using the digit 5 over here. And you can again cancel out these terms and we are left with 3/9. And you can see that we can simplify it a bit more by using the digit 3 over here. And again cancelling the terms, we get 1/3. So these are a most simplified form of fractions. So let's take another example with the decimal fraction and decimal digits. 0.6/1.2. Okay, first of all, we need to convert them into simple digits. We will just multiply it by 10 and divide it by 10. So then we will get the exact same value as it is. But what if we multiply the 10 on the numerator and denominator both? We will get 6/12, and then we can simplify it more and get the more simplified form, 1/2. So in this way, we will get the more simplified forms of fractions. Let's work on some mixed numbers. Mixed numbers are those that we need to convert them in by using the remainder value. Let's check out how to write them into mixed numbers. Like 8/3 is a value, we have to write it in a mixed number. So we have to write the 8 inside the quotient symbol and 3 outside that symbol. And what we have to write over here, we can't write the 9 over here, so we have to write the 3 value over here and we are left with 5. So the remainder will be like this: 3 cross 1, 3, and then add it into the 5. We will get the exact same value, that is 8/3. So this is the mixed number of this fraction. Let's work out on another example over here, that is 17/5. Let's write the 17 inside the symbol and 5 outside that, and we have 15 over here. We can easily times it with 3, and the number that we get in the numerator and the remainder value is 2. So again we have to write it in the mixed number and we get 17/5. So this is the way to find out the mixed number value of any fraction. So over here we will work out on word problems, and the method that we have to apply is of simplifying the fractions, as it is already written over here. Write 18 minutes as a fraction of an hour in its simplest form. So how can we write it? 18/60. because you know that 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds and 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. Let me write this over here too. 60 minutes. So 18 over 60 minutes will be the fraction of that. And what do we have to do? We will just times it with 6, both the numerator and denominator, and we can write it in this way. And you can see that you can cancel out the terms and we are left with 3 over 10 over here in the simplest form. Let's see another example. Over here again we have to simplify the fractions, but first we will read the word problem. Craig buys a ring for $500. He sells it for $750. Write the selling price as a fraction of cost price in its simplest form. So what we have to write over here, selling price over the cost price. So over here we can easily cancel out that 0 from both of the terms, and then we have to times it with 5, 15. So we can easily cancel out the terms. Again we have to times it with the digit 5 over here, and we are left with the simplest form, 3 over 2. Now over here we have to work out on a block where we have to convert the fraction to decimals and decimal values to fractions. I will leave one of these for you guys, and I will work out on only one of that, on only one of those. Okay, so 5 over 16. I think so. Okay, alright. We have to convert it into the decimal value. And you can see that 5 is smaller value than 16. So we have to add 0 over here. For adding the 0, we have to put the decimal point over here. And you know that before the decimal value, we have to put the 0 over here. So now we can easily times it with 2 and check out the value. Either is satisfied with that too or not. I think so it's 32. Let's check. I think so, it satisfies this. Yeah, because when we times it with 16 times 4, it will be greater value than that. Okay, 0.3, and then we are left with 20 over here. Yeah, so okay, we can easily write 16 over here, because when we times it with 2, we get 32 over here. So 32 is still greater value. So we have to put 16 instead 32. Okay. So what will we get over here? 1 again. So if we do it a bit more, what will we get? 40. All right. So equation will goes on if you start working on your own, but it is the method to solve it. Yeah, 0.31. Okay, let's convert the decimal value to a fraction value. And how we do that? We have to convert 0.35 to the fraction value. So first of all, to remove the decimal point, we have to multiply it and divide it with 100. And why we are doing multiplying and dividing it with 100 value? Because we have 2 digits after the decimal point. If we have 3 digits after the decimal point, we will multiply it with thousands to remove the decimal point. Okay. All right, let's check out what will we get. Okay, we'll get 35 over 100. And now we have to simplify it a bit more. And you can see that we get the most simplified form 7 over 20 because we can't simplify or times it with any other value because 7 is a prime value. All right. Okay, now we will look forward towards complex word problem. Let's check out. It's not that much complex. Okay, Imagine was doing her music practice for 1/4 of an hour. For 2/3 of that time, she was practicing her scales. For what fraction of an hour did she practice her scales? Okay, you know that she is doing music practice for 1/4 of an hour. And you know that is the 1/4 and it's equal to 1/4. For 2/3 of that time, she that means says that from this time she gives 2/3 of that time to her scales. You just need to find out the fraction in which she practiced her scales. So that would be, obviously that would be 1/4 times 2/3. So this is quite simple. All right. I love this question for you to practice it on your own. And do let me know if you have any difficulty in doing this or any other worksheet problem. Thank you.